Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Tuesday, August 25th, 2020. I am Fredicia Liebert. A total of 40 persons successfully completed the Ministry of Education's Prospective Teachers Course on Monday, August 24th at the Jessups Community Center. At the closing ceremony, one of the participants, Adessa Farrell, spoke on behalf of the group about their experience.
I would also like to show appreciation to the department for also utilizing technology by introducing us to Microsoft Teams. These introductions ensured that we were able to attain all the necessary information needed to be successful despite not being face-to-face. I would also like to thank all the facilitators who came and spoke to us. There were quite a few, so I would just like to say thanks to each and every one of you. Each session taught was very helpful and important in ensuring our success. I think I speak for everyone in my group when I say this experience has been a great one. It was very informative, all while being fun at the same time. This short course allowed many of us to work on our public speaking by volunteering for different activities, such as reading for the entire group, sharing personal experiences, and giving the vote of thanks to each facilitator. All in all, this has been a beneficial experience. The knowledge we all retained will be useful in different aspects of our lives, whether or not we are successful in the teaching world.
The Prospective Teachers Course took place in 2 segments over a 2-week period where mainly school leavers and other interested persons were exposed to different aspects of teaching. Meantime, the Ministry of Education, Information and Library Services Permanent Secretary Kevin Barrett spoke to the prospective teachers, advising them on the benefits of fostering a healthy teacher and child relationship.
So you have to develop very careful relationships with them, trustworthy relationships, and you have to make sure that they understand that they are the students, you are the teacher. Teacher-student relationship, very important. Secondly, you have to be patient. You have to be caring, you have to be loving, you have to have the virtues that would make you an individual that they want to be around. Because if you repel your students, you're not going to get the best out of them. So you have to be patient. Sometimes you're going to get students who are what we call the sprinters, take off with a lesson and they are heading towards the finishing line. You're going to get the middle distance runners. We're going to take a little longer time to reach the finishing line. And then you're going to get the long distance runners that will take their time, but they will keep plodding through. So you have to have qualities that enable all of those individuals to self-actualize, to reach the goal, to learn. And so you have to be patient sometimes.
The Permanent Secretary was speaking during the closing ceremony of the 2020 Prospective Teachers Training Course and went on to give further advice to the prospective teachers.
And a clear way of determining passion in a teacher is how much you prepare for your lessons. So if you do not prepare for your lessons, they're going to be lackluster. They're going to be dull. They are going to be just so. Preparation for your lessons go a long way. It helps you to have confidence when you're delivering your lessons, and it also helps you to adjust, be flexible, to readjust and to change and all of that because you would have prepared. If you go to a class unprepared, your students are going to pick up and they're going to make your lives miserable. Preparation is very important. It's a signal of how passionate you are about what you do.
The certificates of completion were distributed in the presence of the Permanent Secretary as well as the Principal Education Officers and the Claxton. Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, will host his monthly press conference on Thursday, August 27, 2020 at 10 a.m. It will be held at the Cabinet Room on the 2nd floor of the Social Security Building at Pinnis Estate. Premier Brantley will provide an update on matters of national interest, and members of the press will have the opportunity to ask questions. The press conference will be broadcast live on the Nevis Island Administration's Nevis Television, NTV Channel 99, NevisTVOnline.com, NTV Go app, Nevis Television Facebook page, and Nevis Newscast YouTube channel. Still to come,
persons who are applying and are desirous of conducting mass events that will have large numbers of persons, you are to ensure that you...
The details right after this break.
Contribute to the future. Create the sound of Nevis. The Nevis Tourism Authority, in collaboration with the Culturama Secretariat, presents the Nevis Song Competition. Winner will receive EC $5,000. That's right, 5,000 EC dollars could be yours. The deadline is September 11th, 2020. Submit your song to info@nevisisland.com. Visit www.nevisisland.com and www.culturamanevis.com for more information. It's the Nevis Song Competition.
Welcome back. Applications are open for the Interregular Scholarship and Immersion Program. This program provides Kittitian and Nevisian students with the opportunity to study in the French universities of the Antilles in Guadeloupe or Martinique. Students will benefit from a travel allowance and a scholarship of 700 euros per month, which will help to cover expenses, that is accommodation, meals, transportation, and registration fees for the duration of the immersion program. The scholarship will also help to cover the first regular year at the selected university or institution of higher education for the duration of the Interregular project. Students with an A2 proficiency in French, equivalent to CXC French, will attend intensive classes at the Alliance Française of St. Kitts and Nevis in order to pass the DELF B1 exam in December 2020. In January 2021, they will join the 5-month immersion program in Martinique in order to pass their B2 exam in June 2021 and subsequently enroll in a French institution of higher education in September 2021. Students who apply for the Interregular Scholarship must be a citizen of an OECS member state, be a resident of one of the English-speaking OECS member states, be between 18 and 30 years old, be at least a holder of the GCSEA level or CAPE 2 in any field, pass CXC French or have an A2 level in French, and submit a completed application form with the required supporting documents. For additional information and application contacts, contact Sturge Woodley Elan, focal point at 760-2705 or at sturge.woodley@moeskn.org or Marine Moncourt Alliance Française Director at 667-9019 or director.afskn@gmail.com. Applications must be submitted before September 6th, 2020. A meeting for entertainers and promoters to discuss the guidelines for the relaxation of the curfew took place late last week at the Emergency Operations Center at Long Point. Superintendent of the Nevis Division of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, Lyndon David, spoke on the results of Thursday's meeting.
And out of that meeting was conducted with the National COVID Task Force. And they were told of a number of things. Yes, the new regulations catered for persons to apply to the Commissioner of Police with consultation with the National COVID Task Force for persons who have events that will gather large numbers of persons. So we're saying to you, you must apply and provide a plan that will entail social and physical distancing, your plan for that, your plan for hand sanitization, and the capacity in which you can hold those persons who will patronize. We look at sanitization stations and bathroom facilities. So, once again, persons who are applying and are desirous of conducting mass events that will have large numbers of persons, you are to ensure that you apply and submit your plans.
The superintendent urged persons to continue to adhere to the restrictions.
Parties, beach picnics, and beach parties are still restricted, and we are encouraging persons to continue to comply. We've seen the majority of the persons are complying.
Superintendent Lyndon David made these remarks while speaking during the August 24th hosting of the Nevis EOC briefing at Long Point. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Freddie Liebert. Thank you for viewing.